What up? What up? It's your boy Ola with Ola TV here. Getting ready to see the Magsayo versus Vargas fight. Got it here on my phone. Right now, they're giving the Figueroa versus Castro fight round five right now. Both guys going at it. If you're just tuning in, the first fight was a brutal fight. Starting this live stream a little bit late. Let me go ahead and pull up some notes here really quick. The first fight was uh, it was Martin versus Marinas, and in the beginning part of the fight, the first four rounds, it looks like it was, kind of like a close fight, and of course Frank the Ghost Martin did get more of the advantage in the early rounds, and then rounds 5 and 6, Marinas starts pulling in and starts getting more active and ends up going into a whole lot of different flurries and making a comeback and making it seem like it was going to be an even fight. After around 6 rounds of boxing, it looked like the fight potentially could have gone even at that point for 10 rounds total. And then on the seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10 rounds, Martin just lights it up. Marinas ends up getting dominated and annihilated in round number 10 and ends up losing the fight by TKO. First fight of the night was Martin versus Marinas. Marinas, again, had it pretty even within 6 rounds. Both guys had each round, where they dominated in the beginning, the first 6 out of 10, but then round 7, 8, 9, and the final round, unfortunately, Marinas could not keep up, and Martin was absolutely dominating. And I have a quick recap here. Let me go ahead and see if I could play this, share this video with you guys so you guys could see the end result of the Marinas versus Martin fight. This shit was crazy. Marinas ends up getting his ass annihilated the last 4 rounds, and Martin ends up killing him for the TKO. Let me go ahead and pull up the video real quick. Looks like they have a quick clip posted right now. I believe it's on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. This should be the clip right here. All right, let's see. This should be the clip. Let's see. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you guys can kind of catch. This is like the ending portion of fight number one. This was the Martin. This is Martin fighting against Marinas. Martin knocks Marinas with a flurry, vicious punches in the 10th round. Let me go ahead and scroll down a little bit. Hit the rewind so you guys can catch it. Look, this was the 10th round, 10th and final round between Martin and Marinas. Look. Let's see that again. Sheesh. Holy shit. That was a sensational knockdown. So that was the first fight of the evening. That was Martin versus Marinas. Again, the start of the fight, started pretty even. Martin won round one. Then rounds 2, 3, and 4. No, excuse me, I got it backwards. Marinas came out looking like he won round one, and then rounds 2, 3, and 4, Martin came out, dominating. Then rounds 5 and round 6, Marinas turned it up, started lighting up with a lot of flurries, a lot of punches himself, and started getting a lot of counter punches. So then it looked like the fight was going to end up being even. And then in round 7, all of a sudden, Martin had no mercy for Marinas, starts lighting it up, catching him with body shots, headshots, flurries, just counter punches. And then in round 8, really dialed it up. Round 9 ends up knocking Marinas down. Marinas gets up, or actually, I think Marinas gets up and then gets saved by the bell once he gets up. But in round 10, that's when Martin decided to finish him off and said, nope, we're not going the distance. Martin ends up taking over. Martin ends up hitting him with the flurries. And just like in the video that I just showed, Martin ends up completely annihilating and dominating Marinas. He ends up winning round 7, round 8, round 9, and of course round 10, because that's when the TKO happened. Current fight right now is fight number 2 of 3. It is Figueroa versus Castro. Right now, it looks like Figueroa has been dominating at least 3 or 4 of the 6 rounds. Right now, they're on round 6 of 12. Castro has been doing, a good fight back, a good comeback, but I'm surprised that the referee did not stop the fight in the third round for this one for Figueroa versus Castro because honestly, Castro was leaning against the ropes for at least 30 to 60 seconds, was not throwing any punches, was not throwing any counters, was not doing any type of movement, was just straight catching hit after hit after hit in the midsection, in the chest, in the head, pause, no pun intended. And somehow the referee didn't stop the fight. He let the round keep going, even though Figueroa had Castro against the ropes. I'm telling you, for at least 30 to 60 seconds. And there was no fight back. It was a one-man show. It was a landslide, but somehow, referee decided not to stop the fight. Oof. And as we speak right now, in the round 6, Castro looks like he was about to dominate Figueroa, had him in the corner. Figueroa turns him around and starts doing an onslaught of punches. 1, 2, 3, hits him with another 3. Oh shit! And it looks like the referee has decided to stop the fight in round number 6 by TKO. It looks like right now Castro is taking the L home. He should have lost this fight a lot sooner. Should have been a third round stoppage, but instead, referee allows the fight to continue. And it looks like Figueroa was able to figure it out in the 6th round. I thought for a second there Castro was about to take the fight and steal it in the 6th because he had Figueroa against the ropes. Figueroa was barely punching back. Castro was just landing a barrage of punches, but out of nowhere, Figueroa comes, grabs him, throws him against the ropes. Pause, no pun intended. Then after he catches him against the ropes this time, he starts throwing a barrage of punches. Castro ends up not doing shit about it, and the referee says, "You know what? We let you slide in the 3rd round, but we're not going to let you slide again in the 6th round." So I think the referee basically corrected his mistake from not stopping the fight in the 3rd round. He decided to make the rightful decision and stop the fight here in round number 6. And power punches landed by Castro 53%, Figueroa only 37%. So Castro was landing a lot more punches and a lot more power punches. Yet Castro is the one that ends up losing. Stoppage by the referee, could not continue. Figueroa gets the win, and that's going to be the 2nd fight of the night. So now, in just a moment, the pay-per-view, the main event of the evening, because there's only 3 fights scheduled for this Showtime pay-per-view. It's going to be the one that's listed right here in the background. Magsayo versus Vargas. That is the fight of the night. That's the one that everyone's talking about, that everyone's anticipating. That's the fight that we're here to talk about and see. So in just a moment, once they get that going, we will go ahead and give the live commentary update on that fight. I wanted to start this live stream a lot earlier, a lot sooner, but was having some technical difficulties, so I apologize. But again, guys, if you're just tuning in, even though I did not get an opportunity to start it from the first fight, again, first fight number 1 was Martin versus Marinez. Martin wins by TKO. Marinez was against the ropes, sits on top of the ropes while Martin was basically annihilating him. And because of that, the referee said that's it, no mas, and had to stop the fight. Martin wins in the 10th round by TKO. And to be honest, they checked the judges' scorecards, and if I'm not mistaken, 2 of the judges' scorecards were 88 to 82 before the stoppage, and the 3rd judge had it 87 to 83, if I'm not mistaken, was the score. So even if it would have went to the judges' scorecards, Martin was going to win this fight emphatically in the first fight of the evening because Martin won rounds 1. He won round 2, 3, and 4. I believe he also won all rounds from 7, 8, 9, 10 because he completely dominated those 4. So fight number 1 of the evening, Martin wins by TKO. He beats Marinez in the 10th. And then now you've got Figueroa versus Castro. Fight number 2 of the evening. Figueroa lit Castro up in the 3rd round. Castro starts lighting it up in rounds 5 and 6. But then midway through the 6th, Figueroa switches it around. Figueroa starts letting out the punches again. Lights out. Castro, unfortunately, not punching back. Referee, another stoppage, another fight ending by TKO. So 2 fights so far tonight. 2 of the 3 scheduled fights ending by TKO, both ending by stoppage of the referee. So now we're just awaiting for the Mark Magsayo versus the Ray Vargas fight. That's the one coming up next. That is the last fight. That's the only one that I'm going to be actually covering in its full entirety. I missed fight number one as far as being able to cover it, but I did watch it. And as far as fight number two is concerned, I did watch pretty much almost all of it, but only covered rounds 4, 5, and 6 on this live stream. However, you have both winners from both fights, and now we're waiting for the main event: Mark Magsayo versus Ray Vargas. This one is going to be a very interesting fight. I watched a couple of the prelims leading up to the main event, and a lot of people, I can tell you this much, a lot of people, it's kind of like a 60-40, I think. I believe 60% are going for Maxeo and 40% are going for Vargas. And in the prelims that they had earlier this evening around 7:30 p.m., man, a lot of people were picking and choosing fighters and arguing over who's going to win based on racial background versus skill set and boxing, which I have no idea why people turn sports into a racial matter, but that's a different topic. But yes, that's going to be the fight that's coming up: Maxeo versus Vargas. That's the fight that I've wanted to see. But to tell you the truth, the first two fights so far, before this main event pay per view, um, or I should say before the main event of this pay per view, both two fights have not disappointed so far. So far, they've ended in TKO. So main event, let's hope it doesn't disappoint. Let's hope the main event of the evening ends in a knockout or TKO, because so far the previous fights have ended in TKO by referee stoppage. So that's what's coming up next. And it looks like, let me see here, the Mark Maxeo versus Ray Vargas stat sheet. It looks like Mark Maxeo is 24-0 with 16 knockouts, and Ray Vargas is 35-0 with 22 knockouts. So as far as knockouts go, Vargas has a 6 knockout advantage, but then again, he's had more fights comparative to Mark Maxeo, and Mark Maxeo has um, 11 less victories because he's had less fights comparatively. So we'll see what's going to happen tonight. There was also a lot of trash talking leading up to this fight. Um, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they interviewed both guys in the back, and one of the guys said, I'm not here for the trash talk. I'm here to show it in the ring. I'm here to prove it to the fans and prove it, on the main event on the pay per view. So one guy is underly, confident, underly boasting, and the other one is overly confident, overly boasting. By the way, the Figueroa versus Castro fight, very surprising stat sheet here. One of the judges had it 48-46. Another judge had it 49-45, and another judge had it 48-46. Two judges in favor of Figueroa, with one in favor of Castro. So had this fight gone the full distance of the scheduled 12 rounds, this would have been a possible heartbreaker if it would have went in the opposite direction, because two judges only had it in favor of Figueroa, which is actually surprising that one had it in favor of Castro. So as the fight would have went on, potentially this would have been a split decision had it went all 12 rounds. And who knows if Figueroa would have been chosen as the actual victor. So a good thing that Figueroa took care of business in the 6th round, took care of business, lights out, took care of business with a barrage of punches, and did not allow the judges to be the deciding factor, but instead made the stoppage by lieu of referees. So thank goodness that he did that, because the worst thing is that when you're winning the fight, or at least appear to be winning the fight, you end up going to the judges' scorecards and you lose in dramatic fashion or by split decision. So Figueroa took care of business, did not leave it in the judges' hands, got the victory. Round 6 of 12, TKO, phenomenal fight. And the first fight with Martin versus Marinez, it almost went the distance as well, but Martin won the fight. Either way, the judges had him in victory leading up to that point. So he was going to win regardless, unless he would have been knocked out by Marinez. So Martin was going to win that fight regardless, whether it was TKO or not. He was leading far ahead in the judges' scorecard. Right now, they're giving a quick commercial break. This is being the pay per view itself that I'm watching is being hosted by Showtime. I don't even know the last time that I think I've seen a boxing match, hosted a boxing match, or even watched it on Showtime. But that is the pay-per-view, so that's why there's only 3 fights. Yeah, so typically for pay-per-views regarding boxing, most of the time you'll see at least 4 to 5 fights. This one is only going to be 3, and the second one ended really early, halfway point on the 6th round. Magsayo versus Vargas coming up next. They're waiting to just have everyone clear out of the ring. Right now, we've got Figueroa, who won his fight by TKO in the 6th round, leaving the ring, taking a whole bunch of selfies, shaking hands of the fans, etc. So once Magsayo versus Vargas starts, I'll be giving the update play-by-play on that one. And we'll go ahead and get you all the punches for each round, get you the results. And let me go ahead and see if by some chance the second fight, maybe, let's see if we can find the second fight highlight. Hopefully someone posted it somewhere. Let's see. I know they posted the Martin versus Marinez. I already showed that one. For those who just tuned in and didn't see the result of fight number 1 for the pay-per-view, let me go ahead and share it one more time for you so you guys can get a glimpse of how that fight ended in round number 10. Let's go ahead and pull that back up here. This is what it looked like. Let's see, that's the fight. Let me go ahead and zoom in. There it is. It's a quick 15 seconds. This is what it looked like. One more time. This was fight number 1, Martin versus Marinez. Look at that. Marinez just sitting on the ropes, had nowhere to go, kept taking punches, and the referee said, yeah, that's enough. That was fight number 1. That was earlier in the pay-per-view. That was fight number 1. That fight was a really good fight to open up the pay-per-view, to be honest. That was a really, really solid one. I'm trying to see if anybody might have posted the current one. This one right here. Let me see. Trying to see they got the replay for the end of this one of Figueroa versus Castro. By the way, guys, you can probably find that on Twitter. If you didn't, I think that one's on Twitter. Let me see. Let me double check real quick. I think somebody posted that on Twitter. Yeah, that end result that I showed there of Martin dominating Marinez, that one looks like it's on Twitter, and it's on Showtime Boxing Twitter. They went ahead and posted it there. Let me see if they got the other fight. That'd be interesting to see. Let's see. I'm gonna try to see if I can open Twitter up and see if Twitter will cooperate. Because if it does, maybe hopefully Showtime Boxing posted the current victory. Let's see this one. Ooh, they actually do have it, guys. I could show you the ending of this one too. So let me show you the ending of this fight. This one was the one that just took place. Let me share the screen right quick. Hit share. All right, let's go here. Give me a second here, just playing with the settings around a little bit. I believe, yeah, this should be it right here. So that's what this is. Maximize this one. Let's hit play. Let's hit rewind actually first, and let's hit play. See that? Boom, boom. Let's watch that replay. Look at this. See it? Look. So Castro is the one in the white shorts, and Figueroa is the one in the black shorts. Okay. So at this point, this is round number 6. This is where the fight ended. This is round number 6. And what happened is that in round number 3, the referee in this fight, Figueroa versus Castro, this should have been stopped in round number 3 earlier in the fight, because this is how Figueroa had Castro against the ropes. But the difference is that Castro wasn't retaliating. He wasn't fighting back. He wasn't counter punching. He was just like a dead fish in the water, basically. But the referee didn't stop it in round 3. Then in rounds 4 and 5, Castro kind of, made a little bit of a turnaround. But then in round 6, it looks like right here, this is round 6. So again, Castro is the white shorts. He was getting dominated earlier. Figueroa is black shorts. And then in round 6, it looks like Castro may potentially be running away with the fight because now his round 6 kind of mirrored the round 3 that Figueroa had because Figueroa was dominating round 3. Now this is round 6. So this is 3 rounds later. So I'm like, oh shit, is Castro going to end up winning and stealing the fight, especially after the referee should have, stopped it in the 3rd? He didn't. And it ends up going into the 6th. So it looks like Castro was about to annihilate Figueroa. Figueroa ends up turning the momentum within seconds, right? Because right now, if you see Figueroa's against the ropes and Castro is the one that's about to attack, he ends up dialing it up again like he did in the 3rd round, gives him a bunch of punches, keeps him in the corner, and then at that point, the referee decided to make the right decision, which he should have did in the 3rd round, but he decided to do the right decision here and ends up stopping the fight because Castro in the white shorts ends up not fighting back against Figueroa when Figueroa turns it around. So just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, I'm going to hit play. Now watch. Look, Figueroa gets out the corner. Now he's got Castro against the ropes. This is how we looked in the 3rd round. You see that? This is how we looked in the 3rd round. He was doing this. He was doing this for 30 to 60 seconds in rounds 3. But look at this. Notice here how the referee stops this fight after like 5 seconds of barrages, like 5 seconds of nonstop punching. See, in round 3, he Figueroa did the same thing, which is what surprised me that the fight wasn't stopped earlier. It kind of surprised me because that should have been stopped, but they didn't. They let the fight go on. So, with that being said, it's all good because Figueroa ended up figuring it out in round number 6. He turned it around. He dominated. He won by TKO, referee stoppage, and he still got the victory. So at least he was able to get the victory. Should have won it in round 3, but nonetheless, he did, at least come up and was able to win it in round 6, excuse me. So there you go. We'll watch that one more time. This one is fight number 2 of the evening. Look at this. Flips up. Look, he goes whoop, bam, bam, boom, body shots. Look at that, head shots. Look at that, no response. Referee was like, yo, it's time to save you, man. That's it. It's time to save you. There it is. So that's what it is. 2 fights so far in the record books for the Showtime Championship Boxing pay-per-view tonight, hosted in San Antonio, Texas. So there it is. For those who just joined, if you missed it, you can always rewind this because the replay is going to be available for this. The recap will be available on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Just waiting for the main event to get started so I can give you guys the play-by-play and update on the main event. That's the Magsayo versus Vargas. That's the main one that we're going to go ahead and host for the evening. But again, let me go ahead and give you guys, for those who just tuned in, let me give you the replay one more time of the way the fights ended. This is how fight number 1 ended. I'm going to show you again for those who just tuned in. Fight number 1, Martin ends up dominating. This is Martin right here. That's Martin dominating Mariñez. Mariñez against the ropes, sitting on the ropes. Referee says no mas. Says that's enough. And then, let's see. After that was fight number 1 earlier. And then fight number 2 is the one that just occurred. Just showed it a few moments ago, but in case anyone just jumped in, I'm going to go ahead and share the screen on this one. This thing's freezing up now. Why is it freezing up? Hold up. Let me hit stop sharing for a sec. Let me refresh because the page is acting bananas. I'm going to refresh that page. You can see the ending of that. Where are we at? Let's see. This is the one right here. Should be this one. All right. Got it working again. I'm going to show you the result of fight number 2. For those that just tuned in, here it is. This is it. Hit the rewind. Boom. Castro was dominating. Now Figueroa turns it around. No punching back from Castro. And the referee says that's more than enough. He said, I've seen enough. Can't get the man injured. Look at it again. Figueroa's on the ropes, slips out of the ropes. Starts body shots, head shots, boom, boom, boom. But there it is. Yes, sir. So both fights ended by TKO. The first fight ended in round 10. That was that first fight was only going 10 rounds. That was Martin versus Marinez. Martin dominated. So Martin wins by TKO, referee stoppage in round 10, 10 out of 10. And then he was also leading in the scorecards. And then fight number 2 of the evening, you had Figueroa versus Castro. Figueroa was dominating early in the fight. In the first 3 rounds, Castro started lighting it up more in the 4th and 5th and in the midway 6th. But then Figueroa, once he sees that Castro starting letting those punches go, Figueroa says, you know what, I'm going to get off the ropes. He turns it back around, dials it back up, does a repeat of round 3, ends up winning by TKO stoppage by referee, and wins in round 6 of the scheduled 12. So he won halfway through his fight. To be honest, I'm surprised Martin in fight number 1 didn't end up winning that fight sooner. But I could tell you this much: Marinez fighting Martin. Marinez has a pretty solid chin, pretty strong midsection because he was catching a whole lot of impact from Martin. Like Martin was absolutely obliterating him in the midsection and in the face, and somehow Marinez would not fall up until round number 9. Marinez got knocked in round number 9. He gets up. He ends up, telling the ref he's okay. The bell rings, got saved by the bell. And then in round 10, he could not get saved by the bell, and Martin dominated. And then Figueroa dominates early rounds, especially round 3. Starts losing rounds 4 and 5. And then round 6, dials it up, turns it around, wins by TKO, referee stoppage again. So that's the update, guys. Those are the videos for fights number 1 and 2. And now we're waiting to get the final fight of the evening, which is the main event of the pay-per-view for the Showtime boxing. It's going to be, again, the one that's listed right here in the background, Magsayo versus Vargas. This is the fight that everyone's been wanting, the play-by-play, the updates. So right now we're waiting for both boxers to get into the ring. Right now the ring has been cleared out from the previous fight. Just been waiting for that to take place. And in just another 5 minutes or so, I believe the fight should be on the way, and I'll be giving you the update play-by-play. And it looks like Freddie Roche is actually going to be in the corner of Mark Magsayo, and Nacho Beristain is going to be in the corner of Ray Vargas. So we'll see how this one plays out. It's going to be a very, very interesting fight. But Ray Vargas has been talking a lot of smack pre-fight. He's been basically calling Mark Magsayo kind of like he's a jit, kind of like insulting him in that sense. Basically saying that like he basically has no chance in this fight, and yeah, he just been roasting him pre-fight. And I want to see how Mark Magsayo is going to respond to that, because Ray Vargas has been talking a lot of shit pre-fight. So we'll see how this goes. Let me go and get my charger from my cell phone, because that's where I'm actually streaming the pay-per-view. So give me a second, guys. Gonna be right back, and then also gonna bring the usual, the crown, so I could be able to go ahead and enjoy my pay-per-view with a little, just a little whiskey. All right, I am back, ready. Man, I really wish I would have put this. I really wish I would have put this peach crown in the. All right, guys, thanks for patiently waiting. So yeah, I wish I would have put the crown peach in the freezer because I don't know if it's really that cold. I think I left this bitch out and ended up not putting it. Not putting it in the fridge or freezer. It was in the freezer the other day though. But right now, let me see. Somebody's coming to the ring. Pause. I think Vargas is going in the ring first. Let me see. Yeah. So Ray Vargas is in the ring. He's out there super confident. He better win by fucking knockout because he's been talking a lot of shit. And he's been out there acting like this fight is almost like a guaranteed victory for him. So he better be kicking some fucking ass out there today. That's all I'm gonna say. He loses this fight, boy, he better shut the fuck up for the next like 2 or 3 months. Cause he been talking a lot of shit pre-show. And they even asked him, yo, why you been so confident? And he was like, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything. I'm just aware of what my what did he say? He said, I'm aware of what my team has prepared me for in this fight. I'm like, bro, there's one thing to be prepared and there's one thing to be cocky as fuck as far as like, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see if the camp delivers. He look real stupid if he loses, and if he loses by knockout or TKO, he's gonna look even dumber. So check this out. Let me see if the camera shows it. Sometimes this camera don't be showing it. Let me see. Can you capture it? Kind of. See that? It's like a shot glass. It's like in a little green cup. So I don't know if maybe that's the reason why the video doesn't capture. Probably thinks it's like a green screen or some shit. All right, we've got Magsayo coming to the ring. So giving a couple of dabs to a few people in the audience. Looks like he's keeping calm, cool, and collected. Freddie Roach by his side. About to be an interesting fight. Main event's on the way. Main event is on the way. Both fighters about to be in the ring right now as we speak. We're just waiting for Magsayo to get in the ring. Vargas is already there. Hopefully, if Twitter shows a highlight for this shit too, and I can show you guys the highlight of however this ends, and hopefully this ends by emphatic fashion by TKO. That's what I'm hoping for because the first two fights did not disappoint. Just back-to-back action. So hopefully the last fight does not disappoint. It's gonna be interesting though. We'll see how this goes. All right, let me take a pre-fight shot. Woo! Yes, sir. And also put the volume down, guys, just in case the audio sounds a little bit loud. You know. All right. Keep it at bay. You know what I'm saying? Keep it at good audio so that you guys don't have your ears blown out. Pause. All right. So Freddie Roach is in the ring with his fighter Magsayo. Magsayo is ready to go. Then of course, you just need your quick little ring announcers or announcements, I should say. I'm not gonna lie. Usually, Showtime pay-per-views they usually suck, but this one has been a good pay-per-view. This has been a solid pay-per-view. I'm not gonna cap. Showtime hasn't been good for like a long time. So Vargas has the height advantage by about 3.5 inches. Pause. He also has the reach advantage by 4 inches. Pause. Both guys similar weigh-in. So yeah, so Vargas is 5 feet 10 and a half, and Magsayo is, I think they said 5 6 and a half, something like that. It's about a 3 to 4. It's like the height differential is like 3 to 4 inch. Pause. But yeah, that's the differential. But here we go. Right, round one. You got the lights. Here we go. Announcements. DraftKings presenting as usual. Yo, DraftKings making so much bank. So much bank. DraftKings always presenting like boxing. They're also one of the promoters for like UFC. They're always like they're everywhere now, bro. DraftKings, they're trying to make everybody lose their fucking money. You know what I'm saying? Make everybody lose their money on this shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. The boy Vargas right now in the ring, he don't look as confident as he did pre-fight. I ain't gonna cap. He don't look as confident. I believe this one's for the WBC title. Yeah, I believe it's for the WBC title. I believe it's for the Magsayo is the champ, so it's for the WBC. But again, the stat sheet, they're both undefeated coming in. Both guys are undefeated. If you're just tuning in, you missed the stats. Magsayo is 24-0, so he's undefeated, and he's 24 fights ended by knockout. 16 fights out of the 20. Excuse me, I might have said that wrong. 24-0, he's undefeated, and out of 24 fights, 16 were by way of knockout. And then Vargas is 35-0, so he's also undefeated, and 22 of those fights ended by knockout. So both of these guys, respectively, based on their record, are usually like winning by knockout. So it's going to be a very interesting fight to see how this ends. Hopefully, this ends in a knockout. It doesn't have to necessarily end in the first round by knockout. I'm not necessarily looking for that, but as long as this shit ends in a knockout, that'll be sweet, and it'll be even sweeter if Vargas loses, if he gets his ass knocked out, because he's taller, he has more reach. He's been talking a lot of shit before the fight. He's overly confident. He almost has it like he's for sure going to win the title. And he's been talking like Magsayo has no chance whatsoever to win this fight. So this is going to be an interesting one. Magsayo wins this shit by knockout. That's going to be trending for a while. We'll see. Freddie Roche is a good coach too. So good trainer. So he's on the side of Magsayo. He's Freddie Roche is Magsayo's trainer. And Freddie Roche is a trainer and a coach for a lot of big time, pay-per-view, blockbuster type of guys. So Freddie Roche's camp, they don't play around. They take every fight serious with every single person that they have on their roster. They take every fight serious. So it's going to be interesting. Fans are lit as fuck right now. Both boxers are in the center of the ring. They're about to give them the usual, the usual rules real quick, them 30-second rules. And guys, the fight should be started in just a moment. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for being patient, because these fights, sometimes they take a while with the intros, with the promos, with the announcements, and all that other shit. So thank you for tuning in. The fight's about to be on the way as we speak. All right, they touch gloves. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're just waiting for the bell to go off. Waiting for the bell to ring. All right, both fighters squared up. Referee in the center. Waiting for everybody to clear out. Boom. Here we go. Let's get it. Woo! Round number 1. Let's fucking get it. WBC Featherweight Championships on the line. Magsayo versus Vargas is on the way. Round 1 is in effect as we speak. Both guys throwing a few punches to start off the fight. Nobody backpedaling too much so far. Keeping it in the center of the ring. This is round 1, scheduled for 12. Magsayo versus Vargas. Magsayo, his title is on the line for the WBC. Right now, Vargas throws a few punches and missed. Oof, Magsayo with a nice little right punch to the top of the face. Vargas comes with a right, but it may have been blocked. Magsayo with a nice little left straight into the face of Vargas. Vargas with a big right. Goes for a right body shot and misses. Keeping it in the center of the ring so far. Both guys a little precautious, but not too precautious, because they are letting the gloves go. Vargas with a 1-2 punch. Looks like it missed. A nice left by Magsayo for a body shot. Ooh, a big left by Vargas. Boys are starting to go at it pretty early. A 1-2 by Vargas. Oh, okay. 1-2-3 by Magsayo. Ooh. He was trying to get him against the ropes. Gave him 2 punches, but then Vargas got out of there. Now Vargas throwing 2 punches, throws 2 more. They all look like they missed. Magsayo comes in with a 1-2 himself. Oof, a nice body shot. Oh, he's trying to say that it was a low blow. The referee did not say it was low, but he tried to play it off so he got some time. Nah, son. Oof, both guys go for a tough body shot with the left hook. They both connect. 48 seconds in round number 1 remaining. Scheduled for 12. Showtime boxing for the championship. WBC title is on the line. Oof, both guys exchange hands, seem to have connected. Right now, Vargas trying to use the reach advantage to kind of push Magsayo away to keep a distance. Magsayo keeps coming in, going for the body work. Oh, shit. 3 punches let loose. About 2 of them connected at least. Then Vargas goes and lets 1-2 let loose as well. Magsayo trying to work on the inside while Vargas trying to use the height and reach advantage to keep him on the outside. Throws 2 punches and they miss, but then catches a left body shot and then counter makes Magsayo lands a left to the face of Vargas, and then Vargas lands a 1-2 on the dome of Magsayo, and that closes out round number 1. This is a tough way to start the fight. To be quite honest, very tough to pick who potentially could have won round number 1. If I had to go based on just straight punches that actually landed, I would think that if my eyes aren't deceiving me, that Magsayo would take round number 1 based on he was more active and based on the fact that he connected more. There was a few moments where Vargas looked a little bit more active. However, Vargas, kind of missed a lot of the punches. A lot of the punches that he threw were not connected because Magsayo would back up and Vargas would then, throw the punches kind of at a distance. So he was hitting the air more than actually catching Magsayo. So I would say through round 1 so far, Magsayo's got the first round, but if your eyes look different, maybe you've got it for Vargas. I've got round 1 for Magsayo for the WBC Featherweight Championship on the line, and round number 2 is now on the way. Magsayo starts the fight with a body shot. Oof. Vargas going for a quick 2 lefts and then a third. Both guys end up going for a left now and connect. Now, at the same time, Vargas could have potentially won round 1 or stolen round 1, with a couple of those faraway jabs, but I still think Magsayo has round 1. Round 2 right now so far, Vargas starting to connect a little bit more on those punches, and Magsayo still trying to work on the inside, going for a lot of body shots, and what he's doing is he'll go on the inside for a body shot. When Vargas goes for a headshot, he'll try to counter him with a left. Right now, Vargas, this is hard to tell if Vargas is actually landing those punches because it's like the moment he throws the punch, he simultaneously moves backwards, like while he looks like he's landing the punch. So it's very hard to tell if these punches are getting any type of impact on Magsayo, and it's also hard to tell if Vargas is actually even landing any of those because a lot of them look like they're just missing or being blocked or hit in the air. Magsayo right now is in there like a pit bull, just swinging left, right, backs up a little, then swings right back in left, right. Magsayo right now trying to work the body, but Vargas again using that reach to try to keep him at bay, keep him at a distance. This round so far, I would say maybe Vargas might have had a little bit more activity. Maybe this round might be able to go to Vargas. It's a minute and 20 seconds remaining, so it all depends on the activity of Magsayo. But ooh, shit, Magsayo caught a nice right hand to the face of Vargas when Vargas went to try to go in for a quick punch. I believe that a lot of those punches that Magsayo's landing have a lot of power, and the one from Vargas is not really mustering up too much because Magsayo right now doesn't look like it's impacting him too much. But Vargas just lands a left right on the face of Magsayo. You can only take those punches for so much. If you take that all night, that could turn the fight around. Right now, I have maybe Vargas had a slight advantage. Was a bit more activity from him on this round. Magsayo did try a few times this round to get some inside punches on the abdomen area. Some of them connected, some of them didn't, due to the fact that Vargas will use the reach advantage to block him off with the jab. Round two has 23 seconds remaining. Another round that was a little bit tougher to call. Might have to give Vargas the slight advantage on this round. I think he might have connected a lot more than he did in the first. 9 seconds remaining in the second. No one looking fatigued yet. No one looking tired. No one looking like they're anywhere near being knocked out. Oh shit! But a nice left right landed on Vargas's face, but at the same time, the left counter punch connected to Magsayo's face, and that's gonna end round number two. They're showing a replay right now of Magsayo going for a few punches. Some of them, slightly missed the face and caught the shoulder area of Vargas. And now they're showing another one where he actually connects, but then catches a punch, but then misses a few punches, and then gets countered by Vargas, but gets caught in the ear area, not too much on the face. So again, Vargas did land a few more punches on this round, and I think he was more active. So I'm gonna give Vargas round two. So I've got them even right now after 2 rounds of boxing. And give round two to Vargas. Maxayo's wife, who's apparently also his manager, is out in the ring right now, and she has a bit of a concerned look on her face. I don't know if it's concerned or just focused, but out there watching very attentively to see if Maxayo is going to come up with the victory tonight. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the third. This fight is scheduled for 12 if it goes the distance. Magsayo starting out aggressively again, and Vargas again with the counter with the left. Both guys in this round seem to be throwing a lot of punches, but a lot have missed. Few have connected. Both guys throwing a couple of flurries right now, and they both seem to be playing a very similar tactical fight where they'll go in for like 1, 2, 3 and back up real quick, or go for like a quick counter punch and then move to the side. Similar game plan from both guys. Wondering how the judges see it so far after 2 rounds, even though it's pretty early into the fight. A little bit of hugging and weird WWE action going on. Referee breaks it up. 2 minutes remaining in the third. The CompuBox numbers have it 50% of the power punches landed by Magsayo and 69% of his punches landed by Vargas. So Vargas obviously getting more power punches landed by the percentage. However, we did see in fight number two where that did not matter, because in the previous fight, if I'm not mistaken, 37%. Let me double check my stat sheet real quick. But yeah, Figueroa had landed 37% of his power punches, and Castro had landed, I think it was about 53 or 59%. It was a huge disparaging difference in power punches. Yet Castro lost to Figueroa, even though he landed way more power punches. So even though Vargas is currently at 69% power punches landed and Magsayo is at 50%, which is a 19% difference, it doesn't mean that Vargas will have the fight in the bag. Sometimes the numbers do lie, and sometimes the numbers don't tell the whole story. Right now, this third round has 53 seconds to go. There's been a lot of exchange of flurries. This round right now might have a slight advantage over Magsayo, but it's been somewhat even throughout the round. As far as activity and as far as what the eye looks like, the CompuBox numbers might say differently, but as far as the actual visual activity, Magsayo probably has a slight advantage so far on round number three, as far as productivity and looking as the aggressor. And sometimes, even if the CompuBox numbers may have one guy in favor, the activity and being the aggressor and being assertive tends to favor you, especially when you're the champion, and especially in the eyes of the judges. So right now, I think I've got Magsayo winning round number three. I could be wrong. My my CompuBox numbers, as far as me picking who's winning the round, may not be what the judges see. Judges may see something completely different, but I've got it after round number three, which just ended. I'm going to give that one to Magsayo. Give him round three for a slight advantage. Again, these guys, no one really showing a huge amount of dominance. It's just been an exchange back and forth, but each guy has been able to show somewhat of a slight advantage in their own respective rounds. So I've got Maxeo winning round one and round three, and I've got Vargas winning round two. So right now I've got Maxeo ahead just by one round, winning so far 2 rounds to one, and we're waiting for the guys to go ahead and get up back into the ring after drinking the water so that we can start round number four. So I've got 2 rounds to one, slight favor Maxeo, which is the WBC champ, and I would assume that the judges probably have it somewhat similar to what I have. They might have it 2-1 Vargas. I've got it 2-1 Maxeo. We'll see how it all turns out. Here goes round number four to begin. Again, Maxeo is in attack mode as we speak. I'm over here filling up my shot. About to drink it after round number four here. Got the shot ready. Took one already pre-fight. Right now, 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in round number four. We've got Maxeo again going in for the inside attack. Vargas, 1-2, 1-2. Looks like it connects. Some of it might have been blocked by the gloves of Maxeo. Maxeo comes in with a 1-2 himself. Catches Vargas towards the upper body, towards the face. A counter punch by Vargas. Another punch by Vargas. Maxeo lands a left. Vargas lands a left and a right. Keeping it in the center of the ring, too, which is good. Not a whole lot of hugging. Not a whole lot of action on the ropes. No one yet really looking like a clear favorite, and no one yet really looking like a clear domination thus far. Oof, but Vargas with a bunch of flurry punches, most of them look like they landed, and then Maxeo comes in with a 1-2. Right now, I think I've got Vargas slightly ahead in this round, taking over. Vargas goes for our uppercut right, misses. Maxeo goes for a left, doesn't look like it really connected. Vargas goes for a swinging left. That one looks like it didn't connect either. He does a left right. Catches a little bit of Maxeo. Maxeo goes left left. 2 quick jabs. Both guys still in the center of the ring. Vargas trying to use that reach advantage with the left right, then the left. Then comes back in with another 1-2 left right. 53 seconds remaining in the fourth. Wow, this round went by pretty fast. I've got to give, I think, this round to Vargas. I think Vargas probably took this round. Maxeo slowed down a little bit in this round. I'm not going to lie. Started like the first 30 seconds aggressively, but then Vargas was just, being more productive and more active. I think I'm going to have to give this round to Vargas. It's about 30 seconds remaining in the fourth. Right now, I've got it 2-1, but if Vargas continues this activity for the remaining 20 seconds, I've got him winning the fourth round, which means that they will be dead even again. 15 remaining. Vargas left, right, backs up Maxeo to the rope for a second, but then they bounce off the ropes back to the center of the ring. 6 seconds remaining in the fourth. All right, that's going to be time. So 4 rounds in the record books. I got to give Vargas, easily actually give Vargas round number 4. So I've got him dead even so far on my scorecard. Might not be the way the judges see it, but it's the way I've got it so far. I've got round 1 Maxeo, round 2 Vargas, round 3 Maxeo, and round 4 just finished, which is Vargas, in my opinion. So I've got him dead even so far after 4 rounds of boxing scheduled for 12. I don't think anybody's going to get knocked out in this fight just because they're both, even though they're being very, active and aggressive, they're not being active enough where they would potentially put themselves at risk, where they would end up like getting, like knocked out or being put against the ropes. I mean, there's still 8 rounds of boxing, so you never know. But a lot of these punches, even when they're showing the replay, like even though some of them are landing around the rib cage or the abs or even in the face, it's not like a whole lot of impact. Like, you know how sometimes you watch a fight and you see somebody get punched and their head does like this whiplash effect where it looks like they got punched into next Tuesday. Yeah, a lot of these punches are not landing like that, so it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I think it's gonna go the full 12. It might not end by TKO, even though that's what I want. Let's see. Got Magsayo again starting the early part of the round aggressive. Oh shit, a nice right punch, uppercut to Magsayo's chin. Vargas falls to the floor for a sec. Referee waves it off and says that it is not a knockdown. So no knockdown, no point loss for that round. Magsayo is like flying across the ring, trying to land these punches, but Vargas is like moving strategically fast. So a lot of them are missing. I think right now that at this point, Maxeyo is looking for the knockout punch in round five because he's been flying around the ring with left right punches like a 1-2 combo, but they're missing. A lot of them are missing, and then Vargas is landing a lot of these uppercuts. Man, if he keeps landing these uppercuts like this in the chin, shit, that might take a toll. Oh man, he does like a 6, 7, 8 punch flurry to the abdomen of Maxeyo's of I should say of Maxeyo's abdomen. Vargas right now a lot of body shots. Might be trying to wear down the arms. Once you get a lot of hits in the abs and oblique area, you can only hold your arms up for so much. Total punches landed 52 of 180 for Magsayo, 79 of 249 for Vargas. So again, like I said, they've been throwing almost the same amount of punches. They've been throwing almost the same amount of flurries. They just haven't been landing them in high percentage. One guy's landing it at 29%. The other guy's landing it at 32%, which is Vargas with a slight 3% advantage on landing and the amount of punches he's landed. So it's a very similar fight that they're doing towards each other right now. Like one guy's winning around, he's winning by getting a lot of body shots and a few headshots, and the other guy's doing the same thing, going on the inside, working real good, and then landing a few headshots and then backing up. So they look almost like they don't look like they're doing the same game plan, but if you're watching closely, they have somewhat of a similar game plan. Only difference is that Vargas has, of course, the reach advantage, so he can use that a little bit more to his benefit, where Maxayo can't really do that. He's got to go on the inside pretty much. But Vargas at least gets to choose his options. But most of the time, when he's throwing and landing them, it's when he gets on the inside. When he stays on the outside, he's missing a lot. Just like with Maxayo, he stays on the outside, he's missing a lot. When he goes in, he's landing a bit more of those power punches and landing more of those flurries. So right now, 2 seconds left in round number 5. About to take this shot. Nobody yet at risk of getting knocked out just yet. While they've got Figueroa back in the audience after winning his fight in round 6 by TKO, and he decided not to go home, changed out of his boxing outfit, and decided to come back to see the main event fight. So usually, most boxers, once they win their fight, they typically tend to go home. But Figueroa, who won his fight earlier against Castro by TKO in the 6th round, decided to come back. So enjoying the front row right now against watching Maxayo and Vargas go at it. I might have to give round number 5 to Vargas. I think for me, he might have landed more of his actual punches. So I'm gonna have to give round 5. I got to give round 5 to Vargas. Some might say that Maxayo had more, a little bit more aggression in that round, but I don't know. I think Vargas landed a bit more accurately. It wasn't like by a major difference, but probably by the view of it, by eyesight, Vargas looked like, oh shit, Maxayo catches Vargas right in the face. That was nasty. He gave him a left to the body and a right, simultaneously a right punch to the face. Maxayo starting this round quick. He might be thinking that he's a round or 2 behind. I've got him 1 round behind. I've got Vargas up 3 rounds to 2 now. I had Maxayo up early in the fight, and then they tied it up in round 4 with Vargas taking round 4, in my opinion, and then round 5. I think Vargas continued that, so I've got Vargas now ahead ahead 1 round versus being behind 1 round. So Magsayo potentially senses that he is down now in the fight. I have him behind by 1. Who knows? The judges might have Magsayo behind by 2. So he's trying to get more active on this one. Now Vargas looks like he's trying to take the round back. Notices that Magsayo for the first 60 seconds or so started this round pretty aggressive. Ooh, shit. Couple of nice body shots. Vargas getting Magsayo nasty. Magsayo kind of like moving like it's not impacting, like it's not hurting. There's no collateral damage. Magsayo catches Vargas in the face with a nice left. I don't know how much of it hurt, but one thing about it is that these guys are not fighting scared, not fighting with hugs. There's only been like 2 or 3 hugs throughout the entire fight, and we're 6 rounds in. I got to give Magsayo so far this fight. Not the fight, excuse me, this round. I think that he's been connecting a lot more. Vargas kind of slowed the pace down a bit on his end. He hasn't been throwing as many, and when he does, they're starting to miss again. So I think I may have Magsayo for round 6. There's still 39 seconds though to go. About to take shot number 2. Woo! Vargas trying to steal the round at the end. I don't think it's going to happen. Ooh, a nice left. Ooh, Vargas catches Magsayo 2 punches in the head. But before that, Magsayo lets a right hand go into the oblique abdomen area. And then he does it again right now and catches Vargas real nasty. Kind of slowed Vargas down for a second. A little bit of hugging at the end of the round for a quick 1 or 2 seconds. Round number 6 is done. I've got Magsayo winning round 6. Yep. I got it even again. So this is how I got it so far after 6 rounds. For those that just tuned in. Magsayo, round 1. Vargas, round 2. Magsayo, round 3. Vargas, round 4. Vargas, round 5. Magsayo, round 6. That's how I have it. So I have it 3-3 again. I should say 3-3. I have it tied again. After the first 3, I had Magsayo up by 1 round. Then Vargas tied it by round 4, took the lead in round 5, and then Magsayo tied it in round 6. I could be wrong, but if the judges see it how I see it, or if I'm seeing it the same as the judges are seeing it, I've got it 3-3 apiece. I've got it dead even right now after 6. Here we go. His round 7. Some judges might have the fight 4-2. So if they have it 4-2, right now they might be having, and it all depends who they think has been more productive. But some judges sometimes they see their shit completely different. So I wouldn't be surprised if one judge has it 4-2. 2 judges might even have it 4-2. But I think at least one judge has it 4-2. And I would say the other ones should have it 3-3. That's just in my opinion. Magsayo again starting the round as the aggressor. Going on the inside again. Connecting a few, missing a few. Vargas right now just working on counter punches and jabs. There he goes. Vargas using the jabs again. And Magsayo trying to get on the inside. Vargas pushes Magsayo towards the ropes. Both guys go for a body shot. Vargas goes and ends up connecting a few shots to the upper body. The CompuBox numbers for the unofficial scorecard have it 4-2. This is not the judges, though. This is the unofficial scorecard by one of the Showtime experts, aka not experts. They gave Magsayo round 1 and 2, and they gave Vargas rounds 3-6. I don't know if I see it like that, to be honest. But the unofficial scorecard has it 4-2, which I'm not surprised. And they have it where Magsayo won the first 2 and Vargas won the last 4. I don't know if I would have had it like that. If you have it 4-2, I don't know if that's the format that I would have voted it. But it is what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if the judges have it similar to that 4-2. I just don't see Magsayo winning round two. I think Vargas won round two, in my opinion, and I think Magsayo won rounds 3 and 6. They gave those two to Vargas on the unofficial scorecard. So the judges' scorecard is not out yet. Right now, this is round 7 of 12, 40 seconds remaining. If I'm going to be completely honest, I don't know which direction I would go in this one for round number 7. I'm just going to put it as a dead round in my scorecard just because I don't feel like I've seen enough for it to go either way. Yeah, I don't know. This seventh round to me, it was not that good of a round. Pretty atrocious round in my opinion by both fighters. Not digging this seventh round at all. So I'm gonna put this as a. I know technically judges still have to pick, but for me, I'm gonna put it's a dead round. I ain't giving the round to either one. I'd say it's almost like a dead even round. And sometimes in boxing they do have these 10-10 rounds. Not very likely uh that they're gonna judge it like that. But in very, very rare instances, sometimes you may see like a 10-10 round. But it's a very rare instance, not something that's common in boxing. Usually somebody's winning the round in the judge's scorecard, whether it's a slight advantage. Right now, Vargas's left eye is bleeding. Um, it's not bleeding profusely right now, but it does have some blood coming out. It looks like the cut might be big enough. So if I don't know if it was accidental headbutt, but in that situation, if Magsayo can be able to attack more of the left side of the face with that right punch, it's very, very possible he could open that eyelid and just have the. It's kind of like towards the side of the eyelids. So if you can get that cut, worse and have it bleeding profusely, maybe mess up the eyesight of Vargas a little bit, and maybe get an unfair advantage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, technically a fair advantage because it's a part of boxing, but unfair in the sense that if you can get Vargas's vision blurred, might be able to go ahead and get inside more and take advantage. Anyways, round number 8 has started. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Both guys starting aggressively to start this round. Usually Maxeo starts it aggressive, and then Vargas starts countering first before he goes, into the flurries. But right now, both guys letting the gloves loose. 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Vargas throwing a lot of punches, but not really connecting right now. Gets 2 jabs in there and a right. Maxeo goes and lands a left. 1 minute and 58 seconds to go. Both guys exchange 1-2. Maxeo throws another 1-2, and Vargas goes all the way down to his knees, not falling, just down to duck. So he doesn't get hit. Vargas now doing the backpedaling movement. They gave that round 7 to Vargas on the unofficial scorecard. I called it a dead round because I didn't see enough action from either guy to give it to either guy. But of course, typically in boxing, that's not how it's going to be graded. But they gave on the unofficial scorecard, they felt that Vargas may have done a bit more on that round. Magsayo right now is a WBC champ, and the way he's fighting, he's fighting where a lot of the rounds look like he's either really winning them or really losing them. That's why I've got them 3-3. And then round 7 as a dead round. But the thing is, he is a WBC champ and his title's on the line. He's potentially at risk right now of losing this fight if he doesn't win rounds 8, 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I were Maxayo, I'd try my best to win these last 5 to possibly, keep your title, because right now his title is possibly at risk. I'm almost thinking that Maxayo potentially could be losing this fight to Vargas because Vargas is landing a bit more power punches in the earlier rounds. I feel like this round, Maxayo probably connected a bit more. I think that Vargas probably connected less. But the thing is that Vargas, he'll wait for like the last minute, minute and a half to start getting active so that it looks like he's the one really dominating the round. So yeah, this is tough. I almost got a feeling that Maxayo is gonna lose his title tonight. Man, I got a feeling I got a feeling. You know what I'm saying? I got a feeling that Magsayo is gonna lose his title. There's still a lot of boxing to go, but I'm gonna give that one to Magsayo. I think he was landing more. He was more aggressive. He was getting more on the inside. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Freddie Roche better be talking a good talk in the corner, because right now Maxeo's breathing pretty hard, leaning back like he's exhausted. He looks like he's leaning so far back that he looks like he's already been in 15 rounds of boxing when he's only been in 8 rounds of boxing. So very surprised look, because you're the champ. You can't show any sign of weakness. You can't be tired. I mean when I say you can't be tired, I don't mean like you are not going to be tired. I mean you can't show signs of fatigue, because you know your contender and your opponent will take advantage of that. Here we go, guys. Round 9 of boxing started for 12 total. So Maxeo needs to win all these rounds, in my opinion, because if the judges' scorecards don't match mine and it ends up matching the unofficial Showtime scorecard, the very likelihood that Maxeo retains the title is going to be slim pickings. So he almost needs to win rounds 9, 10, 11, and 12. I believe he won round 8. Potentially, maybe he didn't, but he's got to win the remaining rounds. Right now, he's starting highly aggressive. 2 jabs by Vargas, 3 jabs, none of them really landing. Vargas with a body shot that connects, then a right that connects, then a left. Vargas lets a right go. I don't know if that one really connected. Well, a couple of body shots by Vargas, and then a right punch to the top of the head by Maxeo to Vargas's head. Vargas complaining that it might have been on the back of the head. Referee doesn't acknowledge it. Says continue with the fight. Vargas starting to get a bit more activity here. See, he always waits to the midpoint of the round to try to steal the shit. And in the unofficial scorecard, he seems to be coming up. Again, judges might see it differently, though. The unofficial scorecard has Vargas up, I think, 6 rounds to 2, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have that huge advantage, but that's what the unofficial scorecard for the Showtime the Showtime scorecard has it listed. I don't think Vargas won all those rounds. They're saying he won rounds 3 through 8. I don't think he won all of them like that. Who knows? We'll see. This probably going the distance. I think I might give Vargas this round. Starting to take a clear advantage on this one. Maxeo started, the round first 30, 60 seconds as usual. And then Vargas, of course, lighting it up midway through. Vargas falls to the floor again. Oh, they counted as a knockdown. Oh, shit. I didn't think that counted as a knockdown. The referee's counting. He says, "Are you good?" Oh shit, that's gonna be a round. That round was about to be for Vargas, but instead is gonna be for Maxeo. 20 seconds remaining in round 9. The referee gives it to Maxeo. Holy shit. I didn't think he was gonna give him the knockdown. I thought he was gonna wave it off. Yo, Maxeo's trying to knock Vargas out, and Vargas keeps running. I think Vargas is hurt. I think Vargas is actually hurt. Vargas falls to the floor again, but this time they wave it off. That one they waved off, which that one should have been waved off. But the previous one for sure counted because he connected and Vargas landed. Holy shit. I was just about to give that round to Vargas. That round's gonna have to go to Maxeo. He got an actual knockdown. Holy shit. The fight's not over though. The Vargas was able to get up and he was able to be saved by the bell basically because when he got knocked down there was about 20 or 30 seconds remaining. Let's check the replay. Oh shit, it was a right hand. The referee was on the money. See, because the knock happened on the right side where the referee could barely even see the punch, and then the ref's on the left side. Oh, actually, on this other replay, the referee actually could see it, and it was a right punch that landed. Referee with the good officiating. Holy shit. Referee on the left side, the punch landed on the far right. Referee still able somehow to see it, and they give the ninth round knockdown in favor of Magsayo, but unfortunately Vargas was able to recover. There was only 20 seconds remaining, and Vargas started running. And because Vargas started running, the time ran out in the ninth. So Vargas got saved by the bell. Holy shit. Vargas saved by the fucking bell. All right, we're in round 10. Well, that knockdown, that winning that round plus getting a knockdown point makes the round 10-8. So now that might have evened the score, or depending on the judges' scorecards, if they have it like mine, they may potentially have Magsayo ahead by possibly one round because of that. Oof. That knockdown could potentially change the outcome of the fight. Because instead of it being a 10-9 round in favor of Vargas, because Vargas was like he was winning initially, it's going to reverse it and make it a 10-8 in favor of Magsayo. Oh, he knocked him down again. Oh, the referee waved it. No way. Man, oh man. I think Vargas is tired, bro. Vargas can't take it no more. Magsayo's dominating round 10. Whoo shit. Magsayo might be able to save his title in the final rounds. Holy shit. What a turn of events. This is unfucking believable. Unbelievable. Man, oh man. Magsayo needed that knockdown because that's going to even the score now. And he's dominating this round, I believe. I got to give this round to Magsayo for round 10. There's a minute remaining, though. Let's see how it ends. Oh, man. Oh, baby. Vargas looking like he was about to be a new WBC champ, and he might potentially end up losing tonight. Holy. It's getting real serious real quick in this fight. Man, oh man. Vargas falls to the floor again, but they wave it off and say no knockdown on that one. Yo, Magsayo has just got to land a solid right punch and just knock Vargas out, bro. Vargas is fighting scared. He's fighting like a gazelle trying to escape a lion, bro. The lion is like about to chomp on the gazelle, and he's running. He is running so scared right now. He's trying to keep his distance and trying to use the jab. Dang, that boy's nervous. He's just trying to survive at this point. Just trying to survive. Woo! Oh man. Holy, if you're just tuning in, Magsayo was looking like he was potentially going to be losing his fight by decision. And in the ninth round, gets a nice right punch that lands on Vargas's face, which ends up turning into a 10-8 in favor of Magsayo instead of it being a 10-9 in favor of Vargas. Whew. Oh man, oh man. And I got to give Magsayo the 10th round because unfortunately Vargas fell on the floor so many times. He's out there looking like a loser now. His punches are missing. He's falling all over the floor. He's looking lackadaisical. He looks like he has no energy. Catching punches to the mouth. Oof. Magsayo. I think Magsayo might be stealing the fight towards the end. If he wins rounds 11 and 12, I think he is going to win the fight and retain his title. He looked like he was in jeopardy of losing. Man, oh man. He's got to win round 11 and 12. He's got to dominate. He's going in on the outside right now. This is round 11 of 12. He needs these last two to ensure that the judges give him the title. Give him the fight to retain the title, I should say. Man, oh man. This fight is so close. And depending on how you have your scorecard, you may have Vargas up by one, you may have Magsayo up by one, or you may potentially have Magsayo up by two after that 10-8 round. Magsayo right now, bro, he's got to win rounds 11 and 12. Both guys are exchanging punches. Vargas right now lands a nice body shot. Magsayo lands one to the top. If Magsayo wins round 11 and 12, he's probably got the title by 1 point, maybe two. Magsayo going in and getting busy again. Pause. Going after Vargas. If the judges have Magsayo winning a lot of the earlier rounds compared to the unofficial scorecard, then Magsayo is so far winning the fight, like the way I have it on my scorecard. But if they have it like the unofficial scorecard where they gave all those early rounds from 3 to 8 in favor of Vargas, then potentially Magsayo needs these last 2 rounds. So it all depends on how the judges have the scorecard from this point on. Because if they have Vargas up in those early rounds, they've got Vargas up by 1. But if they got it the way I have it, I probably have Vargas up by 1 or 2 after that knockdown. They gave him the 10-8 favorite, and then he won also round 10. Oof. That boy trying to go for the knockout, but Vargas keeping his distance. 58 seconds to go. Vargas playing that scared game now. Playing that distant game. Because he knows what time it is. Magsayo going for a knockout. Keeps going for the headshots. Man, I would keep working some body shots too in there. Vargas throws a couple of lefts, a couple of jabs. This is a tough round. This can potentially go either way. 17 seconds to go in the 11th round. Woof. After this, there's only one more round to go. I'm going to take a shot because this is about to go into the 12th and final round with 4 seconds remaining in the 11th. I don't know who I can give this round to. It's tough. I almost want to give it to Vargas, but I feel like Magsayo landed more. I don't know if you guys heard that. You can hear the crown pouring into the plastic shot glass. Man, Vargas looking so tired and fatigued. Magsayo was looking tired between like round 7 and 8, but now Vargas is the one looking fatigued. Holy shit. Man, this is going to be tough. This is going to be a heartbreaker for either guy. I wouldn't be surprised if this shit ends up going like where they do like a decision where it's like 6-6 and they're even. Who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, if it ends 6 rounds to 6, the champ ends up retaining if all judges decide that. Here we go. Starting the 12th. Woo! Round number 12 for the WBC Featherweight Championship. Guys, here we go. I've got Magsayo leading the way right now. Some might have Vargas leading the way. I have no idea. But all I know is that this is going to be a close fight. That last round, I don't even know who to give it to. That last round was like, I almost want to say Magsayo started it off aggressively and dominated most of it, but Vargas did try to make a comeback at the end. I don't know, man. Trying to be as unbiased as I can. I'm going to say it might be for Vargas. I'm going to give the 11th round to Vargas. Magsayo right now trying to win this fight. He may potentially be either tied or behind by a round, depending on the scorecards of the judges, because we all know that the judges have a different scorecard sometimes comparative to what we see. Man, oh man. This is going to be one interesting fight right here. Magsayo going in with 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. All right, man. He's got to win this final round. I think Magsayo's got to go in there. He's got to dominate. Usually the contender has to emphatically and unequivocally show that he's done a better performance than the champ. So far, he hasn't really necessarily dominated the entire fight enough for me to think that the judges would give it to Vargas. However, in some rounds, he did do a lot better than Magsayo. I can say that much. But we'll see how the judges decide this one, because this is going to be very interesting to see how they're going to take this fight. Right now, these guys are kind of going toe-to-toe, but they're also kind of playing the safe game to ensure that neither one gets knocked out. Right now, I think Vargas could be leading this round so far. I don't know, man. Magsayo's leaving it up to the judges. I wouldn't do that. This round right here looks like Vargas could be stealing it, and it's a little bit too close for Magsayo to allow this to happen. But Vargas right now has been, I think, in my opinion, more active in round number 12. This last round could potentially be the championship round. It is the championship round because it's the 12th round of 12, and it could be potentially the deciding factor of the championship. So this may be the championship round. Maxeyo is going in, but he's not being as active as he was in round 11 and in some of the other previous rounds where he dominated. He's playing this game like he's going for attack, but also kind of playing it complacent. 16 seconds to go, you guys. 16 seconds in the championship round for the championship title for the super featherweight WBC. There is 5 seconds remaining in this fight. Round 12. Magsayo versus Vargas. And the fight has ended, and it will be going to the decision of the scorecards. And right now, Vargas's family is cheering him on. Maxayo's wife is looking surprised and stunned that it went to 12 full rounds. Guys, we are going to go to the judges' scorecards. I knew this was probably going to happen just because fights 1 and 2 of the evening ended in TKO. You know, most pay-per-views, they rarely have every fight end in a knockout or in a TKO. So I figured we had 2 fights earlier in the evening that ended in TKO stoppage by referees, and in this fight, it's going to be all judges. It's going to be the decision coming up now. Man, oh man, I think that last round I might have to give it to Vargas. I think Vargas might have stolen rounds 11 and 12, and potentially that could be the 2 championship rounds. That could be the deciding factors for the WBC Super Featherweight Championship. We will wait for the official scorecards by the judges, but let me see what the scorecard says. It says Vargas landed 40% of his power punches compared to Magsayo 37%. Both guys landed an even 29% of their total punches, and in jabs, Magsayo landed 20% versus Vargas at 18%. So, guys, as I stated before in every round, this fight was a tough one to decide because, again, these guys were almost dead even. They might not have been dead even on each round, but they were pretty dead even in the way that they dominated their own respective rounds. So, again, these guys, Vargas, 18% of his jabs landed, 20% of Maxayo's jabs were landed. Both landed an even 29% of total punches. And as far as power punches, Maxayo landed 37% compared to Vargas's 40%. So, guys, these guys, their statistics, okay, on total punches their total punches is dead even at 29%. Their jabs are almost dead even at 20% to 18%, and their power punches are almost dead even at 40% compared to 37%. So, respectively, this probably is a 6-6 fight. Hold on a second. Let me mute the mic so I can put up the volume and hear the decision. Holy shit, guys. The decision is that Vargas is the new WBC featherweight champion of the world. Unfucking believable. Man, oh man, I had a feeling. I was like, the judges are probably going to see this slightly different than how I saw it. which again, I did mention that rounds 11 and 12 were championship rounds. And I was like, holy shit, Magsayo is not putting enough in the 11th and 12th round, and Vargas may have potentially taken the last two rounds, and those last two rounds potentially could have been the deciding factor. And guys, I think it was, because the decision by the judges is a split decision. So the judges were split. So I'm telling you, one judge saw it exactly how I saw it, and that is Magsayo probably in favor by like one round only. It was a very, very close fight. Tough to call. Two judges in favor of Vargas, one judge in favor of Magsayo. Again, had Magsayo dominated rounds 9, 10, 11, and 12, or at least at the bare minimum, if he would have done 11 and 12, he would have more than likely won the fight, because he got that 10-8 round. And then in the next one, he got the 10-9 round. That's all he needed, was to win rounds 11 and 12, and he probably would have had the championship signed, sealed, and delivered and retained inside of the bag. Instead, he puts his titles on the line. He ends up losing the WBC super featherweight title. He gets his first career loss. So now he is 24 and 1 instead of 24 and 0. And Vargas will improve to 36 and 0 and remain undefeated. So Vargas is your new WBC super featherweight champion. He is still your undefeated fighter, your undefeated new champion, and he will improve to 36 and 0. He will not get a knockout victory. However, he got a decision, and a decision is just as good as a knockout victory. So unbelievable. A new WBC champion. Magsayo, I felt like he was too reluctant. I felt like he took too much time towards the latter rounds. He should have done a lot more activity. He did not get the job done, and therefore, that is the result. So, guys, before we disconnect this, let me go ahead and provide you again the recap of all three fights. Martin versus Marinez, or I should say Marinez. Pronounced that completely wrong this time. So Martin wins his fight against Marinez. Marinez loses by TKO. So Martin wins fight number one of the evening. Fight number two was Figueroa versus Castro. Figueroa wins his fight by TKO. And now we wrap up fight number three. Vargas, the new WBC super featherweight champion of the world. Magsayo did not get it done. He started off really strong, but in the latter rounds, like 9, 10, 11, and 12, especially 11 and 12, did not commit enough to be able to win. And let me see what he has to say about this loss. Man, oh man, I feel sorry for him. He said, as a closing statement, he says, everybody in the Philippines or everybody around the world, he says, thank you so much for what did he say? He says, oh, wait, hold on. Judges' scorecard. So one of the judges had a 115, 112 favor of Vargas by 3 rounds. Another one had Magsayo in the lead, 114, 113 by 1 round. And another judge had it 115, 112 Vargas by 3 rounds. So Tim Cheatham and David Sutherland had it even at the same score, and then Jesse Reyes had it the way I probably had it. So yeah, two judges graded this 115 to 112. The unofficial Showtime scorecard had the same thing, 115 to 112, and one judge had it 114 to 113, and the split decision favored Vargas, two judges to one. Let me see if I add up my rounds, how many rounds I gave to Vargas. So I gave Vargas one, two, three, uh, four, five, and then I gave Magsayo one, two, three, four, five, six. So yeah, sounds about right. I think I had my scorecard probably similar to Jesse Reyes. My scorecard was roughly something like that, like 114 to 113. That's how I saw it, and that's how one of the judges saw it. Saw it 114 to 113, and the other two judges saw it 115 to 112. I mean, it was a pretty close fight, so it wasn't like I was off by a lot. But yeah, two judges had Vargas favored by 3 rounds. One judge had it in favor of Magsayo leading by 1 round. I had it similar to that. I had it Magsayo leading by 1 round, especially with the knockdown, and then he also dominated the following round. But unfortunately, like I said, man, and I said it, I was like, he needs to win. I Before that, I even said he needs to win 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was like, he needs to win all 5 rounds if it goes by decision. I said, but at the bare minimum, he's got to win rounds 11 and 12 to at least make the judges possibly give him the decision to retain the title. And the Twitter poll says that 35% believe that uh, I think Vargas won, and 65% said Max Sayo, or it's vice versa, something like that. The poll left so quickly that didn't even get to see it. But man, oh man, what an evening! Let me see if they have the recap of the winner for this fight, so that you guys can get at least a last minute glimpse of the reactions. Maybe they have at least the reactions. This fucking crazy, man. Can't believe it. Let me go ahead and maximize this one here. Actually, I'm gonna minimize it first. Share my screen so you guys can see for yourself the decision that the judges made. Let me show it to you here. They have the recap here. Let's see. It should be this one. Yep, this is the one. But I'm maximizing it first. Let me lower the volume because this should be loud as fuck. Let's see.
Decision. Here are the score totals. After 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards with a split decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Tim Cheatham scores about 115 to 112 in favor of Ray Vargas. Judge at ringside, Jesse Reyes scores about 114 to 113 in favor of Mark Magsayo. And judge at ringside, David Sutherland sees the action, 115 to 112 in favor of the winner and the new WBC featherweight champion of the world, Ray Vargas.
And the new WBC featherweight champion of the world, Ray Vargas. And the fans erupt here in San Antonio.
Well, there it is, you guys. That is the final fight of the evening. I showed you guys the end result of all 3 fights. If you guys missed it, please make sure that you tune in and watch the recap. This will be available on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I no longer really stream on Twitter just because I noticed there's not as many people on there watching it. So, recap, you guys. Facebook, best coach in the biz. YouTube is going to be on Ola TV, and Twitch is going to be the best guy in the biz. If you guys missed this, watch it again. This recap will be available immediately on all those 3 platforms. so that you guys can go ahead and get the updates of the fights. Again, when I started this live stream, I did start it a little bit late. However, I did give all the recaps, all the updates, all the results, and I also did play a piece of the ending for each of the three fights. So if you did not get to see how it ended and you only saw the results, replay this again because it will be available for you guys to see the replay. The replay is available of all three results for all three fights. So you will have this available. In case you don't already have all the platforms, let me go ahead and take a moment to show you it now. All right, you guys. So those are the platforms. There it is. You guys can go ahead and catch again the recaps on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Those will be the recaps. Everything should be there available for you. That's pretty much it for today. I'm going to end the broadcast there. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. This is Ola again with Ola TV. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Catch me on the next one. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Peace.